Well, there are distracted driving laws in every province in Canada. But still, today, the National Safety Council says 26% of reported crashes involve the use of people on a phone. And more than 50% of drivers are still using a phone while they're driving. Joining us this morning is Patrick Brown. He's a road safety advocate who is pushing for Canadian police to have access to new technology to catch distracted drivers and hopefully cut down on some of those crashes. Good to have you here with us this morning.
Morning.
So the device we're talking about is called the textalyzer, which sounds kind of funny. What exactly does it do?
Really allows the police, it's like an iPad. The police would come up to the vehicle where the driver is on a crash scene. At that point in time, they would attach the textalyzer to the cell phone, at which time the data would be downloaded as to whether or not there's any touches or swipes on the phone.
Interesting. So the device has been tested in the U.S., but it's not being used anywhere in the world right now. Why do you think this is the best answer?
Well, right now we're in a crisis. We're having vehicles going up on sidewalks and killing people. We're getting crash scenes where there's no skid marks. As you've indicated, over 50% of the people are using mobile devices. And at this point in time, actually, the police have reported that the actual fatality rate for people using mobile devices causing crashes is exceeding the drunk drivers killing people.
So more people are getting killed in crashes when they're on their phones than with drunk driving?
Correct.
Wow. Privacy advocates are obviously concerned about textalyzer police having access to personal data on a phone. It's part of the reason that this device is not fully in use in North America. But what are some of the safeguards in place?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a red herring, the privacy issue, because when the device is used, Celebrite developed the technology, which is a textalyzer, but it only downloads that data of touches and swipes. It doesn't download any content on the phone. It doesn't take your pictures. It doesn't take your Facebook. It doesn't take your text content. It only downloads a timestamp of the actual touch or swipe on the phone. So in relation to a privacy issue, yes, it does require you to allow the police to attach a device to your phone. But I think that's a reasonable expectation and certainly not an unreasonable intrusion into someone's privacy. The same way they brought in breathalyzers in order to control drunk driving, it's the same type of concept. And I think it should be something developed throughout Canada.
We talked a bit about the pushback from the U.S., but what about here in Canada? What's the hesitancy around it?
I mean, the hesitancy, again, is people talking about privacy issues, not completely understanding the technology. As well, I think you need a will on behalf of the politicians to move this type of law forward. I think to recognize that we have a crisis and that the amount of, the trail of actually death, hurt, and heartbreak because of people using mobile devices is exceeding, and it's got to change.
I want to thank you for coming on today. It's an interesting device and an interesting concept. It'll be fascinating to see where this goes as, sadly, those numbers start to increase. Patrick, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Emery.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.